Hello, in this video I'll be helping you determine what is wrong. In life, most people try to live ethically, making decisions that they believe to be right for themselves and the people around them. Philosophical ethics helps people determine whether an action is permissible, not wrong, or not permissible, wrong. This can be determined through ethical theories. Ethical theories are theories developed over time, and their sole purpose is to explain what is wrong ethically. What is wrong should not be confused with what is illegal. Just because something is legal does not make it right, and just because something is illegal does not make it wrong. For example, at a time, it was legal to own slaves, which is obviously wrong. Also, what is wrong is not determined by a community or an individual. For example, the Nazis were a community that believed the genocide of Jewish people was permissible, which is wrong. To determine what is wrong, we can create a list of things we determine as indisputably wrong. Such things include rape, slavery, and murder. All of these things could be understood by the common person to be ethically wrong acts. But why? What do most of these actions have in common that for people to call them wrong? To find this out, we can use ethical theories. Our first ethical theory is consequentialism. This theory says that wrong actions are actions that do not cause the best possible consequence for everyone affected by the action, choosing a better consequence over a bad consequence for another person. What's a bad consequence for someone? At least something that causes pain, suffering, or other types of harm and bad things for them, which makes a person worse off in some important way. For example, if there was a switch, and by flicking the switch up, someone got $1 million. And by flicking it down, someone got electrocuted and caused pain. By flicking the switch down, that would be wrong, because that would be a worse off consequence for the person that it would happen to. Our second theory is the rights theory. This theory says that actions where someone's rights have been violated, such as their rights to life, the rights to their body, or their rights to make informed decisions about important matters about their lives, and in general, the right to be treated with respect as a valuable person. To violate someone's rights is to often use them without regard to their input or preference. For example, if a doctor injected a patient with a vaccine without their consent, that would be wrong. That is not letting them make an informed decision about an important aspect of their life, such as what is going into their body. The third theory is the golden rules theory. This theory says that wrong actions are ones where a person doing an action wouldn't agree to that type of action being done to them. Advocates of the golden rule theory expect people to act in ways they want or willing for others to act. Another way to say this is do unto others as you would like to be done unto you. For example, you would not want to be murdered, therefore you wouldn't murder somebody else. The fourth theory is the veil of ignorance theory. This idea is that if you wouldn't agree to something being done if you didn't know who you were, then it would be wrong. The imaginary perspective where you don't know who you are is being behind the veil of ignorance. For example, no one would agree to racist laws if they were behind a veil of ignorance, because there's a chance you might become the victim of those racist laws. The wrong actions are the ones that would be rejected if everyone were on the same level with no biases. Because then at that chance, you can be the victim of the bias. The fifth theory is deontology. This theory says that it's wrong to make a special exception to some rule for yourself. If your belief is, I will walk into a movie without paying so I could see the movie for free, that is making a special exception for yourself, which is wrong. Everyone else is paying for the movie. Why then shouldn't you have to pay? Another part of this theory says you are never allowed to use people as mere means. A mere means is not seeing someone as a human being, but merely using them as an object to a goal. For example, if someone came into a room shooting a gun and you grab someone and use them as a shield, that action would be wrong because you'll be using them as a mere means to your survival. The last theory is Ubuntu. The word Ubuntu is from some Southern African language and it literally means humanness. To have Ubuntu is to be a person who is living a genuine human life. I am because we are. Community or having communal relationships is analyzed with a combination of two actions. One, identifying with others, which is understanding other perspectives and exhibiting solidarity with them. To identify with others is to treat them as members of the same group. Don't look at them as another person, but look at them as we. To take pride in others' activities and to coordinate to achieve a shared goal. By using Ubuntu, you can determine if an action is wrong by simply looking at it and saying, are they trying to do what's best for the other person or work together with the other person? If not, most likely the action is wrong. It can be difficult to decipher whether an action is permissible or wrong. There are many nuances to several situations. With the help of ethical theories, you can use them to determine what is wrong according to a theory or theories that you believe to work best and describe an action to be wrong the best. By using these theories, you could look at life and determine what you think to be wrong and what you believe to be right. And find other ethical theories that I didn't say in this video. Altogether, you can think ethically and live ethically.